Crafters, welcome to my channel, Margaret Knob Designs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be sharing my design team project for Country Craft Creations. It's called Warm Wishes. It's a Folio mini album, December daily, or however you would like to make it work. I am going to use this as a December daily, but while it has a lot of locations in it for pictures or different prompts or things like that, it also can be used for limited pictures and not an over much amount, because sometimes, like especially in the beginning of the month, there's not as much in there. But I got all of my supplies from Country Craft Creations. These are the G45 red flowers. This here and this were fussy cut out and then raised up a little bit with some lightweight chipboard to give this a little bit of dimension. The numbers that I use for the book are by Echo Park, and they were bought at Country Craft Creations. I only put in 2 of them right now because I knew exactly where those days were going to go. I'm not going to put any more of them in until I am ready to put pictures in. So we have a folio here that is 7 by 9. The spine is 1.5 inches, and on the back, of course, it's 7 by 9 as well. And this is just some of the cut aparts from the collection. And I just pieced some items together, trying to use up some scraps that I had from my folio. I tried to use as many of the scraps as I could as I went along without making it too broken or making it look like too many steps to something. But it's always good to use those because it adds a little bit of dimension to the folio. So this is a little bit different than I've ever done, and part of the reason is because I used a lot of different flips and flaps and envelopes to it. So this sits a little bit higher because of the flowers up here, but both sides are exactly the same. They have a page here on each one, and I've got my my tags right there. I'm sorry, but this is one piece of cardstock right here. It was put on the top and then folded back. Same thing, this was put on the top and then folded down and then back, and then I matted underneath there. And I matted with the same pattern so that it just stayed a little bit more consistent. The other thing that I did is I did cut into here. So I've given myself a pocket down on this way as well. You could stick a small tag right inside this flap as well if you had that. I'm not huge on small tags, so I did not put anything in, but if you really like small tags, you could even put one in there. I think that's glued down. And I think you could even, well, that's kind of silly in there, but one thing that I did do is on this side, I did glue this piece down because I cut it slightly different than the other side. Because actually, like I said, this is the first time I've done this. And I saw this type of page being done for a junk journal by Edith at Scrapbooking by Me. I saw her doing something like this for her junk journal, and I thought I would try out this different page style. So, and one of the things that she did is that she had cut this all the way across, but I wanted to see what it would look like if I only cut part of the way over and a little bit wider. So it's a little bit different, but nobody else is going to notice it. I notice it, but that's because I made it. And I used a graphic 45 tag. I've purchased the tags at Country Craft Creations, but they've been in my collection for quite a while. So then this opens up, and when we open it up here, we've got a pocket here, and I did a little bit of a cutout. I wanted to use something a little bit different for some of my tags, and so I did this one. I'm not sure I'm going to leave it in here, but I still think it looks good. I used a embossing folder by Simon Says Stamp for this cardstock. This is the cardstock from Country Craft Creations. Oh, I don't know if I remember the name of it. Let me see. Is this? No, I don't. It's like the crystal white or something like that, but it's from Country Craft Creations as well, that you can find it there. And then I did do some of these little buttons on the ends of the tags. I didn't do it for all of these. I started to do it on there, but I was going to only do it on these pockets. So that's part of the reason why I may change that out. I also put a little sticker right here, and I fussy cut out around that with the black. There are some of the stickers right here that I put onto here. It's also a sticker here where I put a magnet underneath. So I'm going to tell you right now that I didn't put a magnet on this right away, and then it kept kind of flapping out and around. So I thought, well, I'd put a magnet under here and here. But I'm going to tell you, it didn't work as good as I thought it would, because I really kind of need a magnet right here to hold this down, because this is what happens. See, it holds it down enough, but not exactly what I wanted it to do. So on the other flap, I changed it out a little bit. And sometimes when you're doing something for the first time, there is going to be some different things that you try in different areas of the book. And since this book is actually the same on this side as it is on this side, I actually tried out a few things different from one side to the other. So when the tutorial comes out, this side has pretty much been done, and we work on this side of the folio, putting it together, and I'll show you how I finished off with the magnet. I took a piece of the border that was in the pack, and I put that here, and I also put a piece of the border along here on both sides, so all of that was covered. And then we have a tag here, and I don't have anything on the back, but they go into here, and it's my first day, and here's my second day. Same thing for this one. I didn't glue that one down. Forgot. But I wanted to keep these a little bit smaller, and some notes written on the back of here. Same thing for here. I put a little tag in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put paper on there, or if I'll put paper on it. Like, let's say I put a 2x3 picture on here. Well, then maybe I'll put some paper down along here or down along here. I'm just going to wait till I actually start working on finishing off the album. So then that comes up, and I've got the back of the card over here, and we've got another pocket over here. Again, same thing. None of these have any paper on the inside, except for those ones in the front. And then this is on the back, and there's a spot for journaling. You can put a small picture across there as well. Same thing here, pocket, and the little dots right here. And I actually put some glossy accents on top of those to make them a little bit shiny. And you can see that from the back there. And then here we have at the back 2 long envelopes. And both of them are like 4x8. So we can put probably 2 different photos on that. And they open up like this to the inside. And then on the back of these, I put small pockets in here. I put some ornaments back here because I figured this would be a neat place to put some photos, and then I could put some documentation. Maybe it's just like December 21st, you know, well, not that date because it'll probably be on the other side. So my thought is that the beginning, this side would be the first 12 days of Christmas, and then this would close up. Oops, it's the other way. Then like that, and then this comes over, and this comes over. You'll see that I did score these so that there was a little bit of a gusset in there. And actually, one of the things that I would change is I'd probably put a gusset in this one as well, but like 1/4 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch, just so that it has a little bit more room in that. And then here we have our pockets, our double pockets right here. And then that just goes over and stays to that side. And then on this side, we've got some of the 3x4 cut-aparts. I took another G45 tag and I put that together. Let me tell you, I tried something because I'd never done it before. Instead of using my dies that I have for these, I tried cutting out around. It's a little bit broken, but it just looks a kind of a little vintage around there instead of using the dies. So what I did is I put the paper on here, and then I fussy cut that out, and then I cut around the outside of this, and I had just put it down very you know, a lot, so it was sticking up, and then I used my little blade here and cut around that so that it made it a little bit, so it opened up that one. And then I made my own tag for on here. It's actually with one of the cards, and put some of the border strips right here, and I put my I always forget what those are called. Oh my goodness. So actually, this is a good example here. As you see how this goes all the way down to the bottom, and this one, where it's a smaller tag, only goes down to here because of how I put that together. So you can also decide if you want to have that go all the way down for a long tag or a short tag. And then this one opens up this way. And when I put the magnets in here, there's a magnet here and a magnet over here. So that holds that down very well. So next time if I'm going to do this book again, I will try to put the magnets in a different spot. Did not put any numbers on any of these because I'm not sure, again, how the days are going to play out. But I have a tag in here. I pieced together, did some of the hexagons and just black on the back, and I put my, not Brad, I don't know, I can never remember, and just a tag in here. And I still have a couple of those tags left. I can do, or I make my own black tag. And then these I don't have any paper on yet, and I don't on this, but these will open up like that, and this will open up like this. And same thing on here, took one of the tags and put it on there with the back of it. So really it's taking two of them. And same thing here, taking two of them and putting the one on the front. And then this one is here. I did this a little bit differently with some of the paper and then one of the border strips from the paper collection. And then we've got our long envelopes here and here, and we've got our ornaments on here. I also want to put some red bows on here, but I was waiting till I got the pictures done. I'm not exactly sure how big of a bow I want to put on there, if I can get something that's flat or if I really am going to use a ribbon. Oh, I should tell you, these red strips here are Love from Lizzie peel-offs, but you don't have to use that. You can use like a nice glitter paper, or even just use your, not maybe black, but I would use maybe a cream or a red cardstock. Just cut your strips finely, and you can use that. So it's not mandatory. These dies for these circles are from, oh, what is the name of the company? It is, oh, it's the one who does all the shaker cards. Can't think of it, but I will try to remember to put that in to write that down. But this is the book. Actually, I think it goes that way, and then this, like that, and that comes down here, and that comes here. And so we've got all kinds of little flaps on here. This is a really good picture, though, of why I would have put a little bit of a gusset in on this one. This sticks up a little bit more, and it could have been the way that I put it together, and maybe put it together just a little bit too tight. Or I could have put magnets in here and, held it down a little bit better. But I just think that if I do a gusset next time around, it'll be a little bit better for holding it down. But it does hold it down well that way. And here's my center. And I could put things down here if I wanted to, but I wanted to leave that so that it didn't have any issue closing in between or having things get ripped or torn off. Now, I still have some of the stickers and other items that I could use on my tags. I could use along here. I could use in the back where the ornaments are, but I'm waiting till I put my pictures in, and I will do that once we're all set for that. Well, that's my Warm Wishes folio. That's the one I said was going to be done last weekend. I'm sorry it wasn't done, but I think it turned out very, very nice. I think it's really fun, and I think it gives us a different opportunity for trying something different in our mini album life. So thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me for this to come out. The tutorial will come out in a day or two. It's already been recorded. I just need to upload it. And thank you so much, and Merry Christmas. A little early, but Christmas 365 is always a good thing for me. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.